so nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire.
Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Simon's had a go at the Times crossword today, so I'm going to try the deadly Killer Sudoku in the puzzle, in the paper, and we'll see how that goes. Just downloading it now on this software that isn't always wonderful, but does at least allow us to show some pencil marks and things. So, first of all, looking to use our rule of 45 if possible. Not that easy, but if we look up here, we can see that these two boxes have just two digits outside them. 28, 54, 74, 86. That's interesting, because to make up the 90 for two lots of 45, this one has to be add up to 4 there. So the other part of this 18 cage adds up to 14, 31, 41. This cell must be a 4. That helps in this box where those three are 12 now for the 16 cage. The 98 makes it 29, 52 minus 45 gives us a 7 there. So that's a bit of a start. Doesn't help with the 14 that goes there. We know that a 17 box in 2 cells has to be 8 and 9. That's one of the most familiar starting points we can see. Quite tempted to just look across here. We know that those three were 12. And then across these 2 rows, 33, 44, 54, 63, 72, these 3 must add up to 18, but that's not a very helpful number. I was hoping for something a little more revealing. Let's at least fill in the 1, 3 here. Must be 8, 9 in the 17 box. Really looking for an angle at the moment to get going. There has to be 1, 2, 1, 2. This 8 box, is that giving us anything here? Actually looking all around at the moment, the first number in it can be 3, 6 or 7. That would allow 5, 2 or 1, but really only 5 and 2 are possible, and 3 and 6 there. Because of the constraining 1, 2 up there and the 1, 3 there. But we don't know which way round that one goes. 16, 24, 35 across the bottom. These two add up to 10, but that's not all that helpful. This is interesting. Where is the 7 going to go in this bottom right box? Can't go in the top row because of this 7 we've put in here. It can't go in any of the cells where we've specified what the numbers could be, because it can't be in the 4 box, and it couldn't be there because there can't be 1 in the same column as a 3 box. So it either goes in the 11 box or here, and it can't go here because to make up an 11 with a 7 you'd need another 3 and a 1, and this cell would have to be a 3 and a 1, but both the 1 and the 3 are used here. So the 7 must go in the 11 box. So we get 4, 7 there. What does that tell us next? These 2 that make 10 can't be 4, 6 or 7, 3. So they could be 1, 9, which would be in that order, or 2, 8, which would be in that order. If there were 2, 8, that would resolve this 8 box, but that's not really telling us quite enough. Still searching around for something to make some capital of here. And some of the boxes we've looked at that had constraints might be useful places to really get going. Not quite seeing what to do. I do feel this bottom section should be giving us something quite meaty in a moment. We know that the 4, because it's already in that 16 cage, can't be in those, so it must be in one of the parts of that 23 box. And that means it must be in this bottom box, because of the 4 there and the 4 in that column. It must be one of those two. The 13 box is looking a lot like 1, 2, 4, 6. If it's got to have a 4 in it, I suppose it could be 1, 3, 4, 5. We've got, so this 10 can't now be 4, 6, or 8, 2, or 9, 1. So it must be 3 and 7. And the 7 has to be somewhere in that column in the middle box. That's not necessarily all that helpful. About the 3 can't be down there. If it was 1, 3, 4, 5, it would have to be 3 there, 1, 4, 5 here, 2 and 6 there. That's all possible. Doesn't rule anything out. 4, 7, surely that's a bit more useful. This 14 box can only be 9, 5 or 8, 6. Because in this row here, we've already got an 8, 9 there and an 8, 9 there. The top one must be a 5 or a 6, and the bottom one must be the 8 or 9 to make up the 14. So we've done 8, 9, 1, 3, 4, 7. These must be 2, 5, 6, and the 6 has to be in the 11. Now that can't be with 5, because that would already be 11 and leave 0 left for the last cell. So that means we've got a 3 in there. This must now become the 5 out of the possibilities. That's a 3. 3, 5, 4, 7. No, all I know is there's a 6 in this box together with either 1, 9 or 2, 8. But at least we've got something going on here. 19, 28, 31. We know that makes 14. Let's see, where can we go next? There's a 3 up here and a 3 down there, so one of these two must be a 3. But that's not very helpful. That 11 box has to be either 4, 7 or 5, 6, because 3s and 2s are impossible. This 12's interesting. Now this box can't be 9, 8 or 7. So it could be 5, 4 or 3. It can't be a 3 because of the top one, so it must be 5 or 4. And this must be 7 or 8, therefore. But we know it can't be an 8, because again, there's an 8, 9 there, or an 8 and an 8, 9 there. So this one must be the 7. That makes this one a 5. It may very well be that you have spotted some better way of progressing than I have, but at least we're getting somewhere now. Now this box, we knew that 11, I just said, was either 4, 7 or 5, 6, and 7's now been ruled out in the same 3x3 box, so that's 5, 6. Now 21, 32, 39, these two have to make 6. So that one is either 5 or 4. It can't be a 5 because we just determined that's in the 11 box. So that's 4, that's 2, that's 1. That one is the 4 out of those two possibilities. 7, 4, 2, 3, 8, 9. One of these is a 1. And that one's not a 4. Given that the 1 is gone, and we have to make 12 in this section, we can't use a 4. Could be 2, 3, 7. I'm not sure if there's any other possibilities. Don't think there are. No, they've got to be 2, 3, 7, and the 3, 7 are gone up there. So that's a 2, that's a 3 because of the 7 there. That's a 7, and now we're making some serious progress. 2, 7, 3, 8, 9, 4. 7, 3, 2. That rules out the 2 from that box. 3, 5, 4, 7. There's clearly got to be a 9 here because of the 9 there and the 9 in there. So this 14 is made up of 9, 5. 9, 5, 4, 3, 7. The 1 has to now be here because nothing in this 3 can be a 1. 9, 5, 4, 3, 1, 7. One of these down here must be a 2, but I'm not sure which one. Tempting to think it'll be that one, and that the 8, 6 and the bottom row will be there, but there's no proof of that. 7, 5, 1, 8, 9. 7, 3, 2, 8, 9, 1. Ah, yes. So here, the only possibility for a 5 in these two is this one. And if that was a 5, that would be a 4, that would be a 3. That's certainly possible. Ah, 3. Okay, so there's a 3 here in the bottom row. There's a 3 here in the bottom row in one of those two. So the 3 in row 7 can't be here because the 3's up here. It must be here. And now I think, right, so this 13 box needs another 9. That has to be 4, 5. So they must be in that order. They've got the only 6 has to be there. 7, 3, 6, 5, and 4. That's 1, 2, 8, 7, 4, 3, 9, 6, 5. This box is a 6. Let's just check that adds up to 23. Yes. So we've now got 2, 8 here. I don't think this can be a 2 because that wouldn't leave enough to make up that to 27. So it has to be an 8. 2, that's a 4, 5, 6, 8, 4. We've sorted out the order of that. 2, 6. Has to be a 2, 7, 9 here in some order, and 8, 6 are here, but we don't know what order. Now, 1, 3, 7, 5, 4. Ah, yes, 3 we can fix there. Also the 5 sticks. Now this box here, it can't be 3, 6 or 2, 7, but it could still be 1, 8 or 5, 4. Still got a bit of a breakthrough to make somewhere. Alright, this 12 box can't be 3, 9 or 4, 8 because of the numbers beneath it, so it has to be 5, 7. 5, 7, 1, 3, so it's the 6, 2 up here because of these 6 and 2 have to be at the top. And the numbers 4, 8, 9 have to be in these 3 cells, and 4 can't be the bottom one. So we've got 2, 6 fixed up there, so 6 here has to be there or there. 4, 5, 9, 2, 7, 3, 6. No, not quite seeing what to do there. 28 in that section of 6 up there leaves 17 for those 3. If that was 7, 9, 1 is possible, 5, 5 isn't. If that was a 3, 9, 5 is not possible, 5, 9 is not possible. So by elimination, the only possibility here is 7, 1, 9, and that fixes the 5 and the 3. 7, 1, 9, 2, 6, that can't be a 9 anymore. That also has to be 4 or 8, and these have to be 5 and 3. These are 2 and 8. 3, 5, okay, so we've got the 3 fixed here, so that helps with that bit. We've got the 5 fixed as well. We do know what this, I should have come back to this earlier, we do know that that's now 6, 8, which is quite helpful fixing a few things here. 3, 5, 6, 7, 4, 2, that's 1, 8, 9, and really we are just eliminating everything now from what we've already learnt. So it should be fairly straightforward the rest of the way home if I can press the right buttons. And that's how I've gone about it. It's been a little bit haphazard, as you can see. I've had to kind of work out what to look for, and that's certainly the way that I approach puzzles like this, is kind of scouting around to find the weak point of the puzzle, as it were. And that's my technique, if you can call it that. Still not quite done here. 6, 4, 3, 5, 9, 6, 3, 2 has to either be there or there. It has to be 1 or 7. It has to be 1 or 7 as well. So that makes this. All I know is 2, 1, 7. 7, 4, 8, 5, 3. Ooh, not quite done. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see where to finish it off. You've probably spotted already what we can do to finish off. 2, 6, 4, 8, 5, 3. Right. I think I'm going to have to use this 20 and 26 box. Otherwise, I'm not going to get very far. It has to have the 9 in it, because otherwise you just can't get enough, I don't think. So 9 is there or there. It's got the 6 in it, so that's 15. Then it's either 8, 3, which it can't be because there's 2 3s, so it must be 4, 7. So the 7 must be here. That's what I now reckon. So 7, 9, 6, that's 22, and that's the 4. That gives us 8 there. This is 8, 4, 9, 1, 2, 8. That's a 2, and that box adds up right. Okay. It's amazing how often the 20 cage is 1, 2, 8, 9, just as a note of interest. It's almost worth gambling on, although I never quite do, but it's so often the case that a 20 box that's 4 digits. And there we go, and I hope to get the congratulations now. And that's the solve of today's deadly Killer Sudoku. Not all that quick, but at least complete. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye.
Psycho killer